What is going on, guys? So let's go over charts. This week has so far been pretty dope. Monday, we corrected, we had our cat bounce, and that pretty much told us that it's going to be a good week. I'm pretty much guessing that the market's already priced in the tariffs. So it would be a sell the rumor, buy the news event kind of thing. I think we're gonna rally at some point. It might not be this week. I think basically how this might play out. I'm not sold yet that we won't test the bottoms yet. So if I look at the Bollinger Bands off a 3 day for Bitcoin, um, now it's not tight. It's not like in consolidation, but we have the bull support band up here, and then we have the deviation line below. So I think we're just gonna be going sideways under here for a bit until we can get above this support band. So this is my outlook for at least the couple months. I'm gonna go to the weekly time frame. Bollinger Bands are getting really tight on the weekly as well, at least for a weekly. So yeah, I think we will only be down here for a little bit. We might not even be a week. So at the end of the week, we could pump. Basically, I think once the tariffs come in, it's gonna be tough. It's just gonna be a volatile week because we have a lot of events coming up, catalysts. We have jobs data like unemployment, CPE, PCE, and then we got earnings. I think is the following week. Jerome Powell speaks the following week, so all those things are just gonna make the market volatile. But once the data starts to come in, that inflation is getting lower. Just look at true inflation now. Yeah, inflation is going to go down more. It's just whether the Fed's data is showing it. So I'm not worried about that. It will eventually show. But sorry, I'm just looking at a bunch of stuff. Look at the 4 hour positions right now. I do have leverage shorts opened. I think we did hit a top. So if I did draw this out on the Elliott wave, I'm sure this looks like a 5 wave. Yeah. So I think we're gonna pull back and retest this 83 469. We're starting to be in between 84 701. Yeah, so we'll get a pullback. Positions I'm looking at Mara. I'm really thinking of getting into Mara. If you guys want to do any miners, I think Mara is probably one of the better ones. As someone who's held CLSK, both leap calls and shares, I'm fed up. Fed up with that price action on CLSK. I'm not getting back in CLSK. There's no way. Mara though, I've held for a long time. Fortunately, I did lose out in December, like many of us did on the miners. But I could see this pumping pretty soon. Let me look at the Bollinger Bands. Yeah, this will easily retest 1276 at least in the shorter time frame. So I think we'll get a pump. This looks like it's ready to bounce. There's a gap right here on the 4 hour, 12. So if I drew this out, it'll play out something like this. So I am considering getting 1 month calls or like mid-May for this pump. I think we're going to be testing 15, best case 16 on top of the bull support band. Let me go to the daily. I was looking at 4 hour. Yeah, for sure. We'll test up here 16 to 48 SMA. It's going to be heavy resistance at 1450 when we do get there, but we'll test 13. I think we can break that. 40 SMA, it might be a little tougher for sure. Another position, Tesla. So I just added to TSLL calls. I do see it pretty much playing out like this. So I think, yeah, this is just going to go sideways, but it's a lot of swings. So it's not like if you look at it on a big time frame, it looks like sideways, but in short term, it's just big swing plays. It's a lot of volatility. So you couldn't really say it's swinging. It'd be other like high resistance and low support. There's no gaps. Tesla should be up here to the 320s. I'm guessing by the end of the month. I think it's very possible by the end of the month. Maybe sooner. Honestly, it looks like sooner. Ethereum. I actually do want to short Ethereum. I think the alts have one more drawdown, but I do think they might have bottomed. So even if Ethereum comes down, I think 1757, and then there's going to be a retest basically for alts to come back. So what's probably going to happen, because monetary policy hasn't changed, so as Bitcoin rallies, these will rally behind it, but it won't be significant. I think it'll retest the support band up here. So Ethereum, it'd be, what am I on, 4 hour? Go to the daily. Why isn't it popping up? There it is. Yeah, 2600. It'd be 2600 would be max, and I'd say take profit, because the way I see it, I think May we're gonna retest this hypothesis. If April we get our counter rally, then May would want to retest it and see if that rally really holds. And then the summer I would see playing out, because then we'll get definite dates on the tax cuts, and labor market will definitely improve. On top of that, Fed rate cuts, the Fed switching to QE, so market go boom, assets go boom, everything shoots up in value because of inflation. AVAX. What else do I have? MSCR. Another big position I'm on, of course. So I think this is gonna pull back. So this is probably a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is gonna do one more low to test. It looks like right here, 280s, somewhere between 274 and 287. It actually might put in a lower low. Actually, it might be 260s, 277. That's not a problem. If it gets down there, oh, dude, I want it to get down there, but I feel like it's gonna get bought up quick. I would want to get calls immediately. That's really what I'm waiting on, but I just don't want to spend the cash. It is what it is. Yeah, because it tested the support bull band, so we're gonna retest the lows, max low. See, I don't even think it'll get to 250 unless Bitcoin breaks the deviation line on the Bollinger Bands. When you have so many SMAs, EMAs, so that'd be the moving averages, they're all touching around the same spot. So we go to I'm on the wrong indicator. Right here. All are touching at this pivotal area. And the Bollinger Band is getting tight on the weekly. That is rare. So I do see we're going to get some price swing. And I don't think it would be to the down. I think it will be to the up. So it will retest up here at 93K on the 50 EMA. Yeah. And then it'll probably be May we come down. And then we'll see what June, the summer, brings for us. Basically, it's going to be like April. Probably is going to be June. Now I think about it, it's like April, June, and then parts of July. I think those might be the 3 best months. And then August, September, probably going to suck. Maybe October is going to suck. And then we'll moon towards the end of the year, because we always do. That would be the peak of liquidity, most likely. Look at foreign markets, they always peak too around that time, Q4. So, but that's just my thoughts. I'm just putting that out there. Just want to make a quick video. I think we have bottomed. I think 76K right here was the bottom back in March 13th. From here, it's only up. There's going to be a lot of price swings. I am doing a little bit of leverage trading, but not that much. I'm not using a lot of cash as the down, and then on top of the margin. So it's just like a couple hundred here and there, and just if I make 30, $50, cool with that. Because when you're in these zones, these areas, price is extremely volatile and very unpredictable. And the way this week is lined up with the catalyst we have, it's only going to be unpredictable. So yeah, those are just my thoughts. Alrighty, guys, I'm gonna leave it right there. You guys have a good one.